The following segment is sponsored by Friends of Alta. Have you heard about the proposed gondola for Little Cottonwood Canyon? Kody and Sydney are here to tell us more about how and why they oppose this idea. Welcome to the show, guys. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Well, many Utahns are aware of the proposed gondola in Little Cottonwood Canyon, but for those who don't know about this project, what exactly is it?
Sure. Yeah. So the gondola in Little Cottonwood Canyon is a proposal as a way to deal with the congestion in Little Cottonwood Canyon. And it's something that we are vehemently opposed to, and we're excited to have the opportunity to speak with you about that today.
Sure, absolutely, yeah. And tell us more about what people should consider when it comes to this project kind of overall.
Yeah, so I guess I'd like to start with just asking viewers a question. Well, first thing, take a step back. Think about your community. Think about where you raise your kids. Think about the needs of that community. Now think about what you could do in that community with, let's say, $600 million or $1 billion, even a fraction of that. Probably some pretty life-changing things.
Yeah.
Would you improve infrastructure, public transportation, improve pay for teachers? I'm sure when you think about your own community, there's a whole variety of things that you can come up with. Unfortunately, that $600 million to $1 billion is going to be going towards a recreational hobby that most of the state does not participate in and simply can't afford. That's the reality of a gondola in Little Cottonwood Canyon. So rather doing the most good for the most people, they've decided to potentially fund, with an astronomical amount of tax dollars, an affluent activity in an area of the state that most people will never even visit. Now, whether they visit it or not, they are still on, we all have to foot the bill for the taxes,
right.
You, me, and everybody else. Wouldn't you rather those taxes go to communities like yours, where you can see and feel the difference every single day? And part of it as well is, we know the gondola is not necessary. There are so many cost-effective, time-effective, proven, scalable alternatives to the gondola that we think need to be taken into consideration first.
Sure, okay, and then let's talk about some of these solutions. So if not a gondola, what solutions do you guys support?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, there are cost-effective and relatively easy to implement and scalable solutions. And arguably the most common sense of these is having resorts take responsibility for the customer base that they've created for themselves. We've seen a huge boom in ski visitation in Utah, and Snowbird has said that 82% of that is out-of-state users.
Wow.
So this is a business problem that they should be solving with infrastructure on site. This can include better parking, such as multi-level parking structures. People can be incentivized to carpool by having upfront parking spaces for higher occupancy vehicles. And this can allow them to remove some of the roadside parking that is one of the main problems with congestion in the canyon, as uphill and downhill traffic is having to stop while people are pulling in and out of parking spaces.
Okay.
They can also implement a parking reservation system similar to Alta's, who said that they've had a lot of success with this, and it's ultimately basically solved traffic within Alta. And the government can also help eliminate some of that roadside parking. They can encourage an elimination of those single occupancy vehicles that make up over 1/3 of the cars on the highway by implementing tolling that kicks in near the resorts, and expanding public transit, which includes bus services, reasonable pay for drivers, and even microtransit options like shuttles that operate in Park City, sort of like Uber.
I see, okay, well you guys are so passionate about this, and I appreciate you being in here. I know we could talk about this for a long time, but really quick, where can people go for more information?
Yeah, we've got a website, friendsofalta.org.
Okay.
We'd like to direct people to. That's got all the information we've talked about today, as well as some other things.
Thank you guys. We so appreciate you being in here. It's been so great.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah.